Hello and welcome to Star Life, the channel where you can learn everything about your favorite celebrities. Let me tell you that you're not alone in wondering about the secrets of the world's most high-profile couples. For decades, Michelle Obama has been an unwavering pillar of strength, grace, and elegance, navigating the highly publicized whirlwind of her life as First Lady of the United States with exemplary resilience. But behind her poised smile and devoted support for her husband, a cloud of doubt has long loomed over their seemingly idyllic union. Today, on the cusp of her sixth decade, Michelle Obama is finally breaking her silence, confronting the persistent rumors that have surrounded her marriage, setting the record straight about her spouse and their shared life in the White House. Before diving deep into these rumors, let's take a look at the youth of Michelle and Barack, their meeting, and what sparked these speculations. Michelle has confirmed her humble and determined childhood. Michelle LaVaughn Robinson was born on January 17, 1964, in Chicago, Illinois. She is the daughter of Fraser Robinson III, a dedicated employee at the city's water pumping station and a Democratic precinct captain, and Marion Shields Robinson, a secretary at Spiegel's catalog store. Her mother devoted herself to full-time homemaking until Michelle reached high school age. The Robinson and Shields families can trace their lineage back to the pre-Civil War era among African Americans in the southern United States. On her father's side, she descends from the Gullah people of the Low Country region in South Carolina. Her paternal great-great-grandfather, Jim Robinson, born into slavery in 1850 on the Friendfield plantation near Georgetown, South Carolina, gained his freedom at the age of 15 after the Civil War. Members of Obama's paternal family still live in the Georgetown area. Her grandfather, Fraser Robinson Jr., built his home in South Carolina, and after retiring he and his wife LaVaughn moved from Chicago to the Lowcountry. On her mother's side, her lineage includes Melvinia Shields, her great-great-great-grandmother, born into slavery in South Carolina but later sold to Henry W. Shields, a farmer who owned a 200-acre farm in Clay County, Georgia, near Atlanta. Melvinia's first son, Dolphus T. Shields, born during slavery around 1860, was of mixed descent. DNA analyses and other sources suggest that Dolphus's likely father was Charles Marion Shields, a 20-year-old son of Melvinia's owner. There is evidence that Melvinia and Charles may have maintained a relationship over time, as after emancipation, Melvinia had two more mixed-race children and lived near the Shields family, eventually adopting their surname before changing it later. Melvinia generally avoided talking about Dolphus's father with family members. After the Civil War, Dolphus Shields and his wife Alice moved to Birmingham, Alabama. They were Robinson's great-great-grandparents, whose grandparents eventually settled in Chicago. Additionally, some of their descendants moved to Cleveland, Ohio, during the 20th century. Robinson spent her childhood in the upstairs level of a house located at 7436 South Euclid Avenue in Chicago's South Shore neighborhood, rented by her parents from her great-aunt who occupied the ground floor. According to Robinson, she grew up in a traditional household where her mother stayed home while her father worked, and family meals were typically held around the dining table. Her elementary school was ideally located nearby, making it easy to access. Robinson and her family engaged in activities such as playing Monopoly, reading, and frequently socializing with extended family members on both sides. She received piano lessons from her great-aunt, a piano teacher, and nurtured her musical talents through regular practice. The Robinson family regularly attended services at the nearby South Shore United Methodist Church. Moreover, the family occasionally vacationed in a modest cabin in White Cloud, Michigan. Robinson and her brother Craig, who is 21 months her senior, notably skipped the second grade. Robinson's father suffered from multiple sclerosis, which deeply affected him. As a result, she was determined to stay out of trouble and excel academically. In sixth grade, Michelle joined a gifted class at Bryn Mawr Elementary School, later known as Boucher Academy. She then attended Whitney Young High School, Chicago's first magnet high school, established as a selective institution. During her time at Whitney Young, she was classmates with Santita Jackson, daughter of Jesse Jackson. The commute between her family's home in the South Side and the school's location in the near West Side took 3 hours round trip. Michelle recalled feeling anxious about how others perceived her, but she chose to ignore any negativity and use it as motivation. She spoke of experiencing gender discrimination growing up, noting instances where people preferred to ask about her older brother's life rather than hers. Michelle maintained a spot on the honor roll throughout her schooling, enrolled in advanced-level courses, was an active member of the National Honor Society, and served as treasurer of the Student Council. She completed her secondary education in 1981 as the second-ranked student in her graduating class. After graduating, how do you think Michelle's career began? Her education and early professional life were just as impressive. Robinson decided to enroll at Princeton University in 1981, encouraged by her brother. She majored in sociology and minored in African American studies, culminating in a Bachelor of Arts degree earned with honors in 1985. Her academic achievements include writing a 99-page thesis titled Princeton Educated Blacks and the Black Community, supervised by Walter Wallace. Robinson remembers that several of her high school teachers tried to discourage her from applying, warning her against aiming too high. She suggests that having a brother who was a stellar student at Princeton, graduating in 1983, may have helped in the admissions process, but she was determined to prove her worth. Robinson mentioned feeling overwhelmed during her first year, which she attributes to the fact that neither of her parents had completed college and her lack of exposure to a university environment. The mother of a white roommate allegedly tried to have her daughter reassigned because of Michelle's race. According to Michelle, it was at Princeton that she became more aware of her ethnicity. Despite efforts by her peers and professors to interact with her, she still felt a sense of detachment on campus. Additionally, there were class-related socioeconomic concerns. Michelle recalls her surprise at meeting college students who owned BMWs, a lifestyle she wasn't accustomed to growing up. During her time at Princeton, Robinson was actively involved in the Third World Center, now known as the Carl A. Field Center. This academic and cultural group provided support to minority students. She was in charge of managing their childcare center, which also offered after-school tutoring sessions for older children. Robinson questioned the traditional teaching methods used for learning French, advocating for a more conversational approach. To meet her degree requirements, she conducted research and wrote a sociology thesis titled Princeton Educated Blacks and the Black Community. To gather data for her thesis, she distributed a questionnaire to African American alumni, asking about their perceptions and comfort with their race before and after attending Princeton University. Despite a low response rate, with fewer than 90 alumni participating out of 400 recipients, Robinson's findings did not align with her initial hypothesis that Black graduates would maintain strong ties to the African American community even after attending an elite university with all its associated privileges. Robinson dedicated herself to further studies and successfully earned her Juris Doctor degree from Harvard Law School in 1988. According to biographer Peter Slevin, Robinson showed newfound confidence when applying to Harvard Law because she firmly believed she deserved a place in the program. At Harvard, she was mentored by Charles Ogletree, who noted that she had resolved the internal conflict she faced at Princeton, whether to adhere to her parents' expectations or maintain her identity. At Princeton, she ultimately realized she could embrace both her intelligence and her Black identity. During her time at Harvard University, Robinson participated in protests supporting the recruitment of professors from underrepresented minority communities. Additionally, she worked at the Harvard Legal Aid Bureau, where she helped disadvantaged tenants navigate housing-related legal issues. Robinson is the third First Lady to hold a postgraduate degree, following in the footsteps of her predecessors Hillary Clinton and Laura Bush. Reflecting on her academic journey, Robinson expressed gratitude for the unexpected opportunities it provided her. Michelle's career after law school was equally remarkable. After completing her law studies, Obama began her professional career as an associate at the Chicago law firm Sidley Austin, where she met her future husband Barack. During her tenure at the firm, she specialized in marketing law and intellectual property. Although she still holds her law license, Obama has chosen to keep it active since 1993, as it is no longer essential to her current employment. In 1991, she held municipal positions within the City of Chicago government as an assistant to the mayor and associate commissioner for planning and development. Subsequently, in 1993, she took on the role of executive director for Public Allies Chicago office, a nonprofit organization that encourages young people to get involved in addressing social issues within nonprofit organizations and government entities. During her nearly 4-year tenure, she achieved exceptional success in fundraising, with records that remained unmatched for 12 years after her departure. Obama expressed that she had never felt such fulfillment in her life before her involvement in building Public Allies. In 1996, Obama served as Associate Dean of Student Services at the University of Chicago, during which time she created and oversaw the university's Community Service Center. In 2002, she took a position at the University of Chicago Hospitals, where she initially served as Executive Director of Community Affairs. In May 2005, she was promoted to Vice President of Community and External Affairs for the institution. During the 2008 primary campaign, she maintained her role at the University of Chicago Hospitals but reduced her hours to part-time to devote more time to her daughters and support her husband's political campaign. Afterward, she decided to take a temporary break from her job. According to the couple's 2006 tax return, her earnings were reported at $273,600 from her position at the University of Chicago Hospitals. The Obama's total income that year amounted to $991,296, including an additional $51,200 from her role on the board of directors of Treehouse Foods, as well as income from Barack's literary works in the form of advances and royalties. Obama served as a paid board member of Treehouse Foods Incorporated, a major supplier of products to Walmart. After her husband became a senator, she retained the role until she ended her participation shortly after he announced his presidential candidacy. During a scathing critique of Walmart's labor practices at an AFL-CIO forum in Trenton, New Jersey, on May 14, 2007, Obama's stance against the company became clear. Additionally, she held a position on the board of the Chicago Council on Global Affairs. In 2021, the former First Lady announced her gradual transition to retirement. Despite her continued involvement in political campaigns, she expressed her intention to reduce her workload to spend more time with her husband. Before going further, let's examine Barack's youth. The youth of Barack Hussein Obama is marked by a unique cultural diversity. Barack Obama was born on August 4, 1961, at Kapiolani Medical Center for Women and Children in Honolulu, Hawaii, making him the only president born outside the contiguous 48 states. His mother was an 18-year-old American and Dunham, and his father a 27-year-old Kenyan, Barack Obama Sr., born in Wichita, Kansas. His mother, and Dunham, had ancestors of English, Welsh, German, Swiss, and Irish origin. A 2007 research revealed that her great-great-grandfather Falmouth Kearney had emigrated from Moneygall, Ireland, to the United States in 1850. Additionally, a study conducted by Ancestry.com in July 2012 suggested a strong possibility that Dunham was related to John Punch, an African slave living in the Virginia colony in the 17th century. Barack Obama's father, Barack Obama Sr., belonged to the Luo tribe in Kenya and was married at the time of his son's birth. Hailing from Niang Omakajilo, his surname Obama derives from his Luo heritage. Barack Obama's parents met in 1960 in a Russian language class at the University of Hawaii at Manoa, where his father was pursuing studies as a foreign student on a scholarship. The couple married in Wailuku, Hawaii, on February 2, 1961, a few months before Barack's birth. At the end of August 1961, shortly after his birth, Barack and his mother moved to the University of Washington in Seattle, where they resided for a year. During this period, Barack's father completed his bachelor's degree in economics at Hawaii, graduating in June 1962. He then went to Harvard University on a scholarship to pursue a master's in economics. Obama's parents separated in March 1964. Obama Sr. returned to Kenya in 1964, where he remarried for the third time and secured a position as a senior economic analyst in the Kenyan government's Ministry of Finance. He visited his son in Hawaii only once, during Christmas in 1971, before tragically dying in a car accident in 1982 when Obama was 21 years old. Reflecting on his childhood, Obama noted that the stark contrast between his father's appearance and those around him hardly registered in his youth. He detailed the challenges he faced as a young adult in reconciling societal perceptions of his mixed heritage. In 1963, Dunham met Lolo Sitoro at the University of Hawaii. Lolo was an Indonesian student in geography at the East-West Center. The couple married on March 15, 1965, after obtaining 2 one-year extensions on his J-1 visa. Lolo left for Indonesia in 1966, and his wife and stepson joined him 16 months later in 1967. Initially, the family lived in the Menteng Dalam neighborhood in the Tevez district, south of Jakarta. Starting in 1970, they moved to a more affluent neighborhood in the Menteng district in central Jakarta. At the age of 6, Barack Obama and his mother moved to Indonesia to join his stepfather. From ages 6 to 10, he was enrolled in schools under the name Barry and attended local Indonesian language schools, the Catholic elementary school St. Francis of Assisi for 2 years and the public elementary school Menteng 01 for 1.5 years, supplemented by home English lessons provided by his mother through the Calvert School. Due to his 4-year residence in Jakarta, he gained a certain proficiency in the Indonesian language. During his childhood in Indonesia, Obama's stepfather taught him lessons in resilience and gave him a realistic understanding of how the world works. In 1971, Obama returned to Honolulu and lived with his maternal grandparents, Madeline and Stanley Dunham. He attended Punahou School, an exclusive private institution, from 5th grade through his graduation in 1979, thanks to a scholarship he received. During his high school years, Obama continued using the name Barry until his trip to Kenya in 1980. Between 1972 and 1975, Obama lived in Hawaii with his mother and Dunham and his half-sister Maya Sitoro while his mother pursued a postgraduate degree in anthropology at the University of Hawaii. In 1975, Obama decided to stay in Hawaii even after his mother and sister returned to Indonesia so she could begin her anthropological fieldwork. His mother spent much of the next 2 decades in Indonesia, finalizing her divorce from Lolo Sitoro in 1980 and eventually earning her PhD in 1992. Tragically, she passed away in 1995 in Hawaii after unsuccessful treatment for ovarian and uterine cancer. During his time in Honolulu, Obama wrote that the opportunity Hawaii provided to engage with diverse cultures in a harmonious atmosphere had profoundly shaped his perspectives, serving as the foundation for the principle he cherished most. Obama also revealed having consumed alcohol, marijuana, and cocaine during his teenage years as a way to escape questions about his identity. Additionally, Obama was affiliated with the Chum Gang, a casual reference to a group of friends who gathered to smoke marijuana. Michelle met Barack Obama at Sidley Austin LLP, a law firm where they were among the few African Americans present. Some sources suggest there were only 2, although other employees of the same ethnicity worked in separate departments. Robinson was tasked with mentoring Obama during his summer internship. Their first interaction occurred during a business lunch, followed by their participation in a community organization event where Obama made a lasting positive impression on Robinson. Michelle had told her mother she intended to focus solely on her career before meeting Obama. Their first date involved watching Spike Lee's film Do the Right Thing in 1989. According to Barack Obama, their initial mutual attraction stemmed from their contrasting traits, Michelle having had a stable upbringing in a 2-parent household, while he had a more adventurous personality. Their marriage took place on October 3, 1992. After a miscarriage, Michelle turned to in vitro fertilization to conceive their daughter Malia and, born in 1998, and Natasha, nicknamed Sasha, born in 2001. Barack Obama's political career is characterized by a series of innovative successes and significant impact on American politics. Born on August 4, 1961, in Honolulu, Hawaii, his political engagement began after completing his studies at Harvard Law School, where he earned the distinction of being the first African-American president of the Harvard Law Review. Obama started his professional career as a community organizer in Chicago before transitioning to a career in civil rights law. His political journey began in 1996 when he successfully won a seat in the Illinois State Senate. During his state Senate tenure, Obama focused on improving healthcare benefits, promoting early childhood education initiatives, and advocating for reforms within the criminal justice system. His approach as a legislator was marked by a pragmatic and articulate style that allowed him to collaborate effectively with people from diverse political affiliations. In 2004, Barack Obama experienced a significant boost in his political stature after his keynote speech at the Democratic National Convention. This speech greatly increased his national recognition, ultimately leading to his successful U.S. Senate candidacy later that year. As a senator, Obama concentrated his efforts on drafting measures to enhance government transparency, increase benefits for veterans, and advocate for nuclear nonproliferation. Obama's 2008 presidential campaign was of historic importance, centered on themes of hope and change. His message resonated with a broad range of voters, particularly appealing to young people and minorities. On November 4, 2008, he made history by becoming the 44th President of the United States, marking the first time an African American ascended to the nation's highest office. During his presidency, major laws such as the Affordable Care Act, designed to extend health coverage to millions of uninsured Americans, were enacted. Additionally, the Dodd-Frank Act, a major piece of legislation aimed at regulating Wall Street and preventing future financial crises, was also passed under his administration. Obama, re-elected for a second term in 2012, continued to support progressive initiatives such as efforts to combat climate change, immigration policy reform, and the promotion of marriage equality. During his presidency, he oversaw the mission that led to the elimination of Osama bin Laden and played a key role in securing the Iran nuclear deal, part of his foreign policy achievements. At the end of his presidential term in 2017, Obama continued to influence public debates through his foundation and numerous public appearances. Now, let's talk about the entire family. The Obama family resided in Chicago's South Side neighborhood, where Barack worked as a professor at the University of Chicago Law School. He was elected to the state Senate in 1996 and later to the U.S. Senate in 2004. Instead of moving to Washington, D.C. after Barack's election, they chose to stay in Chicago, believing it would be in the best interest of their daughter. During her husband's 2008 presidential campaign, Michelle Obama committed to limiting her time away from home, pledging to spend only one night per week away, campaigning for 2 days a week and returning home at the end of the second day. She once asked her fiancé to meet Valerie Jarrett, who was her prospective employer, as she considered her first professional opportunity. Jarrett later became a close advisor to her husband. The couple's marriage experienced ups and downs due to the challenges of managing their growing family and the demands of Barack's emerging political career. In his second book, The Audacity of Hope, Thoughts on Reclaiming the American Dream, Barack Obama revealed that their intense schedules left little time for communication or romantic moments. Despite the overload from family and professional commitments, the couple made efforts to prioritize regular date nights when living in Chicago. The Obama's daughters were enrolled in the University of Chicago Laboratory Schools, a private institution. Michelle, as a member of the school board, advocated for diversity within the student body, while other board members affiliated with the University of Chicago wanted to prioritize admissions for faculty children. This advocacy ultimately led to the development of a plan to expand the school to accommodate more students. After moving to Washington, D.C., Malia and Sasha attended Sidwell Friends School, while also considering enrollment at Georgetown Day School. During an appearance on The Ellen DeGeneres Show in 2008, Michelle stated that there were no plans for more children. The Obamas sought advice on raising children in the White House from former First Ladies Laura Bush, Rosalind Carter, and Hillary Clinton. To support childcare, Marian Robinson, Michelle's mother, moved into the White House. What do you think of Michelle Obama's roles as First Lady? As First Lady, Michelle Obama assumed a diverse array of responsibilities that encompassed supporting important causes and serving as a representative of the United States on national and international stages. Her primary duties included supporting her husband's political goals and participating in charitable activities. She launched the Let's Move initiative to combat childhood obesity by promoting healthy eating habits and regular exercise. Additionally, Michelle led the Joining Forces program in collaboration with Dr. Jill Biden, aimed at helping military families, veterans, and active duty personnel. Furthermore, she supported education through the implementation of the Reach Higher program, which sought to motivate young people to pursue higher education and professional development. The Let Girls Learn initiative, which she also spearheaded, highlighted educational opportunities for girls worldwide, addressing global barriers to education. Michelle Obama also took on the responsibilities of hostess for official events, managing the White House's social and ceremonial functions. Her speeches and media engagements amplified the impact of these advocacy efforts. The rumors that Michelle has confirmed. Despite the strong connection and respect they share, there have been occasional rumors of infidelity and possible separation in the marriage of Barack and Michelle Obama. Michelle Obama has openly discussed the challenges they faced in their marriage, sharing in an interview that they underwent couples therapy to strengthen their bond. This candor highlighted their devotion to each other and their joint efforts to overcome difficulties. Before marrying Michelle, Barack Obama had a significant romantic relationship that sparked both speculation and debate. David Garrow's book Rising Star, The Making of Barack Obama reveals that Barack was involved in a romantic relationship with Sheila Miyoshi Yeager in the 1980s. Yeager, currently a professor at Oberlin College, recalled their strong emotional bond, mentioning that they shared living space. This close relationship raised suspicions that Barack may have been involved with Yeager at the beginning of his relationship with Michelle. Barack's relationship with Yeager was significant enough that he proposed to her twice, but she declined each time due to her youth and her family's concerns. Their relationship, which ended in 1987 as Barack focused on his political ambitions and Yeager moved to South Korea, forms an important chapter in his personal life. Shortly after their breakup, Barack met Michelle Robinson, an encounter that profoundly impacted his life. As Barack's supervisor at a Chicago law firm, Michelle quickly impressed him with her physical appeal and intellectual sharpness, leading to their official romantic relationship in 1989. The narrative took a different turn when Yeager returned to the United States in 1990 to take a position at Harvard University. Barack reportedly continued corresponding with Yeager by letter, expressing lingering emotions even though he was already committed to Michelle. Yeager admitted to meeting Barack sporadically during this period, leading to insinuations of infidelity. Nevertheless, by 1991, Yeager had moved on, starting a new romantic relationship and leaving her past with Barack behind. These reported meetings and the correspondence between Barack and Yeager fueled numerous speculations about his fidelity. Despite the sensational claims, neither Barack nor Michelle Obama has publicly confirmed or denied these rumors, preferring to focus on their enduring commitment to each other and their family. Their story, though not without complexity, highlights that even the most public relationships face obstacles. The Obamas have demonstrated endurance, honesty, and deep affection, enabling them to overcome both personal and public challenges. Their progression from the early stages of their relationship to their status as one of history's most respected couples speaks to their strength and unity. The life paths of Barack and Michelle Obama are marked by significant achievements, great mutual affection, and an unwavering commitment to each other and their principles. Their lasting impact serves as inspiration to countless people around the world, demonstrating that authentic leadership and love can triumph over the most formidable obstacles. Despite persistent rumors and intense public scrutiny, the Obamas remain a symbol of optimism, strength, and the transformative potential inherent in steadfast commitment and solidarity. What are your thoughts? Let us know in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe, and also click on the next video displayed on screen.